Apex Legends is one of the best games I've played in a long time, which is saying a lot considering I hate COD. Okay, I don't actually hate COD. I just don't enjoy it. I feel it's a bit repetitive. I don't enjoy the combat. It's has always felt, based on luck and chance. Just people running around in a very enclosed space trying to shoot each other. I never enjoyed the formula, and I never got in on Fortnite either. For very much the same reason. But then I got Apex, right? I got Apex Legends a few days ago, and it has been a surprising experience for me because I had never thought that I'd fall in love with a game like this in my entire life, right? Apex Legends, for those who don't know, is an online shooter, battle royale game in which you just you come in with a squad of three, land on the map, you pick up loot, and you search for enemies, shoot them down, and you try to survive until the last man, right? It's a very simple concept which has been explored by very many developers over the last 2 years with different results. Fortnite is the biggest success story was the biggest success story of last year, and it's based on Battle Royale. But when Apex came out, I was skeptic because, first of all, Respawn, the developers behind this game, they dropped Titanfall 3 for this, right? And so I came in with this game with a bias against it. I wanted to hate it, okay? I wanted a reason to hate this game, basically. I would have felt good if it was the worst game in the world. But then playing it has been, I don't have the words to express how I feel about this game because it has been a mind-blowing experience for me, okay? I picked up the game yesterday, and I've played it for over 20 hours now, just going on. And I didn't even notice the time pass until a friend of mine came in and knocked on my door, and I realized over 20 hours had gone up with me on this game, right? It is that good of a game. I'm just gonna talk about I'm gonna break down my experience with this game. First of all, let's start with the graphics, okay? The graphics of this game are beautiful, okay? When you turn on your game, when you install the game and turn it on, and you just fly into the world, it's amazing to look at, okay? It's beyond beautiful, okay? It's not on the level of some of the other high-end games. It's not a God of War game. It's not Kingdom Hearts 3 level of polish and detail, but it's a beautiful world, okay? When you running through the grass, when you're hiding in the bunker, it looks beautiful, okay? It's good to look at. There's a level of polish which you usually don't see in Battle Royale games, okay? People who make Battle Royale games take a lot of things for granted. They tend to believe that it's enough for you to just have the formula of shooting each other, which is fun, I guess. But when you take that extra step to make sure that the world looks beautiful, the wars look realistic, the guns are distinct, the environments, the cement looks like cement, grass actually looks like grass. It pays off, okay? It really pays off. It adds to the environment. When you're bunkered down, hiding from people in the swamps, okay, and you're seeing the muddy water flowing around, you can see the reeds coming out of the water. It feels so real. You can almost smell, the dampness, the damp, wet smell of the swamp when you're in there. So yeah, I honestly believe that if you get this game, you'll really appreciate it, okay? It's up there. It's beautiful to look at when you're playing, okay? When you're out there in the world, it's beautiful to look at. Now, let's talk about the gameplay, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you about things like 30 FPS, 60 FPS, whether frame rates drop and things like that, okay? If you want to see hard numbers like that, I suggest you go to Digital Foundry, okay? I like to look at gaming from the view of a casual gamer, from an everyday guy, okay? And when I'm playing the game, I like to think about, does it feel good to shoot, okay? And by God, does it feel good, okay? I think these guys when they played Destiny, okay? They played Destiny and they looked at the shooter and they were like, we want that, okay? They played COD and they saw the way the guns respond and they were like, we want that in the game. If you think about it, Respawn were one of the original developers of COD to begin with. So it kind of makes sense why shooting with a gun is one of the most satisfying things you ever play in any game, okay? each gun has a kick to it, and the different guns have, you can feel the weight of each gun. When you use a sniper rifle, you can feel the weight of the sniper rifle. When you use a pistol, you feel the weight of your pistol. Okay, there's a different kick to each gun, and you begin to learn how to, use each gun in different situations. My favorite guns are the Peacekeeper, the shotgun. It's a very good gun, but it's a bit hard to use in that it's a shotgun, but it's kind of a lever action shotgun. So after every shot, there's a brief like pause where you have to cock the lever again. So it's a bit hard for some people to use, but I love that gun because when you get the attachments for it, and you get this thing called a precision choke, which makes all your shots go in the same direction. So instead of being spread out, your shots kind of go in the same direction, head towards the same point. Your gun becomes basically a death machine at that point. If you hit someone with that, he's dead. Right? It shaves off HP a lot, and which brings me to my next point. Okay, map innovation in this game is brilliant. Okay, there's a verticality to this game which is rarely seen in COD and even nowadays Battlefield 2. Because one of the reasons I could never get into COD is because I couldn't play the way I want to play. Okay, because I'm more of a patient gamer. Okay, I've never been the type to just run into a situation, guns blazing, shooting everything inside. I like to plan. Okay, which is why I've always been more of an adventure gamer. I like to plan. I like to look at my inventory. I like to plan out how I'm going to beat this opponent. I like to make up a strategy and stuff before going into a situation. But COD doesn't let you do that. Okay, you're just running around a small area. You have to basically twitch action. Okay, now I won't say COD doesn't reward skill, because it does. If you, players who are good with controlling their keyboards, controlling their mouse or the controllers, players who are good with that and can keep the enemies at the center of the screen at all times, that requires skill. Okay, that requires a lot of skill. But at the same time, it cuts off a lot of the other type of gamers. Okay, gamers like me who plan out our every move. We don't get that. We can't really thrive in a game like COD, which is where Apex shines. Okay, Apex caters to all players. If you're like me and you prefer to take things slow and plan out everything, this is a game for you too. Okay, you have places where you can actually hunker down. There are vertical areas very high up which you can go to and basically just look over an entire section of the map and plan out your next move. Okay, you don't have to run into every situation guns blazing. Like, one of my favorite things to do is watch over two opposing factions and just pick them off with a sniper, right? I love doing that. Okay, that because for me it's better than running into the firefight and just getting, because when you're in a firefight, right, you can be shooting someone and then someone gets attracted to that fight and you get ambushed from behind you. My preferred method is to wait far away, watch people fight up and help and just pick each other out. Okay, now the good thing about that is that both teams can't really focus on me at that point because they're fighting each other, right, and I'm just picking them up from as far away as possible with a sniper rifle, and then I quickly hop out of there before someone else gets attracted to my gunshots and comes towards me. Okay, but the basic thing is there's planning. Okay, you have to plan your next move, right? When you're walking on the map, you're looking all around you, you're looking at your map, you're trying to trying to consider which area people are going to come from, right? Which is the most likely area someone is going to be coming from. Like, one of my favorite moments in this game was this moment at the beginning of a match. Both my teammates just bailed on me, right? They quit for various reasons. The first one got downed. He left the squad when he jumped out of the airplane. He left the squad, okay, and he died. And he knew we weren't going to save him in time, so he just quit. The second one died, and he too quit. He didn't even give me a chance to come save him, right? He quit, so I was on my own, okay? And I came second in that match. You know how? I knew the layout of the map, and I knew where to go to hide. I knew the places to pick up ammo. I knew the places where people were most likely to run towards. I found there were times where like 3 teams would be fighting above me, and I just find a place to hide, in a swamp area. I just hid under a building, and these 3 teams fought each other. No one knew I was there, right? I survived until the end. I couldn't win because I was alone, and I came second. I managed to take at least 2 people down before I died with the thermite grenade, but the third one, like, just sniped my head off, right? So I lost the game, but I had the thrill, okay? I was able to enjoy the game from my point of view as a patient gamer, by planning my moves ahead of time. I was able to do it, and the map allows you to do that. It's something which is rare nowadays, and I applaud Apex Legends for taking the time to put that in, okay? And now, which also, Jim Sterling, he explained, he called this game basically Fortnite Overwatch. And there's a reason for that. It's like having characters with abilities. You take the characters of Fortnite with their various distinct abilities and throwing them into, a world like, into a battle royale world, right? But here's the thing. The way they did it here in this world, it works so well. Each character's ability is, it's impeccable. It plays so well. Like, my favorite character is Wraith, okay? And the reason why I love her is that she has this ability with the portal, right? So she can call up a portal and link 2 places together. Now, I love using this skill for rescue situations. Like saving my friends when they're down. I call up this portal, I link it to that area, and I grab my teammate and I hightail it out of there to the portal before they can chase me. Now, the enemy can chase you through your portals, okay? That's something I noticed, but here's the thing, most people don't do that because they too are afraid. They don't know who's at the other end of the portal. They don't know if there are enemies there waiting for them. So most people do not follow you through your portal when you use it. And it's an ingenious design, okay? There are different people. There's the character, one of the DLC characters, Caustic. My friend loves to use him. Now, Caustic has this thing where he drops traps, and people who run by the trap trigger it, and basically that allows him to know that someone has passed through that area. Now, this is a very small, small detail, but it pays off so well because we can set up an ambush point, right, on some enemies in front of us, but we don't know if someone's gonna come from our back, right? But with Caustic, you can set up those traps, and if someone triggers them at your back, oh damn, there's a team coming up behind me. I have to hightail it out of there, or I should turn around and try and, get these guys who are coming up. So it offers up a lot of avenues, okay? Just by having those abilities, gameplay completely changes, okay? Depending on who you're using, the way you play changes, okay? If you're using the decoy, Mirage, he has these moves which have a decoy. He basically splits himself. He does a Kagebunshin, but they're all illusions. And you can use, now what you can do with that, for me when I use him, I don't really use him much. Like I said, my favorite character is Wraith, but when I use him, I like to go like gung-ho into fights, right, and just confuse the hell out of people, right, blow up my clones everywhere, and when everyone is searching for my clones and they are fighting my clones, I just pick off one person and I hightail it out of there, right? So there are different ways, because it's also brilliant for running away. If you're low on health, let's say you got ambushed by like 4 different squads at the same time, you're low on health, everyone's targeting you, you use a decoy, your ultimate, your decoy, and Kagebunshin yourself, and then you run, because you're invisible at that point, right? You run away and they're busy shooting your clones and you're good. So everybody's abilities in this game, every character's ability has a purpose, okay? There's no, I have not seen a single character with a useless ability, and that, I believe, is just down to the developers being very smart. They know what people want in a game. And the beauty of having these characters with these different abilities is that it increases the replayability of the game, okay? You want to replay this game all the time just to try out different characters, try out different strategies, okay? You might have gotten used to using Wraith, you might have mastered everything about Wraith, but then you pick up Mirage, and then you're like, oh my god, this is a whole new different way of playing. Using him, I can't play the same way I play with Mirage. I can't take the same risks I took with Mirage. So now I have to change up my style of play, okay? And when you change up your style of play, you have a new strategy to apply, okay? So now, again, this brings up synergy, okay? Like, let's say you and your friends, you have different things. Your friend likes to use Gibraltar, and with the shield and the rain. She brings out this rain. I don't know if Gibata is a guy or woman. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. I don't know. Basically, brings out this rain of death on people, and she has a shield. Okay, and it's just perfect. Okay, for her character, that's a defensive character. Now, you can pair up that character with someone like let's say Wraith, who prefers to go cause trouble. Now, I might create a portal to an enemy base, right, where my enemies are based, go there, scout out what's going on, and if there's a lot of hell there, I can run back to my portal, and while I'm running back, Gibata can set up a shield, right? So I run back into the safety of a shield. Okay, so even if I lost some health while I was scouting ahead, you know, I'm in a shield now. I can quickly patch myself up and then hightail it out of there with Gibata, you know. Or, you know, there's just different synergies. You and your friends can pick different styles, find out which one, you know, gels best. Like some people pick the Lifeline just because, you know, she can bring down a supply drone, which has like different abilities, different packs in it. Sometimes it can be a nice shotgun, it can be an improved, you know, body shield and stuff, and it's just perfect, you know. Like the synergy between the characters is I can't explain. Okay, you have to play the game, play it, try out the different styles, and you will see just how beautiful this is. Now, you know, I've talked about Caustic and Mirage. Both of these characters are locked behind DLC, but I have to say I don't actually mind this DLC. It's, some people might say it's a bit grindy, but I don't see that because I played for 2 days only and I was able to unlock Mirage. Okay, and I have to say this. Okay, this is a term which EA used, but I actually felt pride and accomplishment. You know, I felt like I earned Mirage, right? I earned him through my gameplay. I earned him from getting, I was top 3 about 15 times in that period, and I felt like, yeah, I earned, you know, I earned him. I did the work and I got him for it. Okay, it didn't feel too grindy to me. Now, there are many, you know, cosmetics in this game, many of them, and definitely if you're not patient, you might feel the need to, you know, splash money on the game. Some are a bit expensive. I think there's some are up to $20. But, you know, I don't care. It's a free-to-play game. So, yeah, I basically paid nothing to get the game. I haven't dropped $1 in it yet, but I probably will in future, just because some of the poses are really nice. But, you know, your characters, you don't see your character except in the loading screen. But I feel like there's something about that loading screen which makes you want to purchase, you know, a new pose, a new frame for your character. Because when it loads, it's like a mini flex for a moment, you know. You like your character has the latest like this coolest dressing. She or he has this badass pose. The frame is cool, and then on your tags you see number of kills, you know, number of headshots, those kind of stuff. It's a sweet little flex because once people see that, they respect you immediately. Like it buys you respect in that moment. Okay, when they see your badge, they see how colorful you look, that's instant respect. Like people, I'm just telling you, like I know this because I felt it. Right, when I booted up the game and I saw characters with things like kills, 100 and something kills, and then they had the squad master, or I forgot what it's called. Basically, they're the the champion. Yeah, they call them champions. They're the champion of that match, and they just look good. They look cool, right? And you want to be that. So you have to try. You have a choice. Okay, you can either buy, you know, or you can, I don't know, you can work for it. You know, actually be good at the game. You know. And that's I love this game. That's TLDR. I love this game, but that doesn't mean there are areas to improve. Okay, my biggest gripe with this game is just one thing: the Mozambique pistol. Okay, that is the biggest waste of space in this entire game. Right? If there's a more useless weapon in any game in the world, I dare you to show it to me. Okay, because there is nothing as bad as a Mozambique pistol, in my opinion. Okay. Nothing comes close. Nothing. Because this gun is useless in close range, okay, because it doesn't do as much damage and it only has 3 shots in it before you have to reload. And because it doesn't do anything, like it barely does any damage at all, you're looking at 3 shots, maybe you take down half of your opponent's shield, and the opponent just guns you down before you can do anything, okay? And it's useless at mid range. It's useless at mid range. The bullets barely make it to the enemy, and even when they do, the damage is so low at mid range. And then long range, forget about long range. So it's useless as a pistol and it's useless as a shotgun. It's just, yeah, that. I'm sorry for ranting on this one thing. It's just a little thing, but it just grinds my gears. But apart from that, yeah, there's a little, there's an issue with the server sometimes. Sometimes it kicks me out of the game. Sorry, not kick me out of the game. It refuses to let me log out of the game after, losing or something. To connect to the lobby takes forever. Sometimes I get this error where it tells me party not ready, even though I'm the only one in the party and I'm ready as hell, and then I have to close the game up and restart. And there was this one time where I just couldn't log in at all. I think the servers were down, I just couldn't log in at all. But those are little things, they definitely don't spoil the experience for me. When the game is working, which it works 90% of the time, trust me, 99% of the time it's working, it's a very good game. You should get it. So TLDR, this is a very good game, you should definitely get it. It could be one of your purchases of the year. It's free, so just download it, play it in your free time, and I guarantee you waste more time in that game than you ever thought possible. I think that's it. I'm not gonna talk. I don't want to go too far. It's already over 20 minutes. Yeah, get the game, enjoy it, play with friends. It's best played with friends, believe me. And yeah, you really enjoyed this game. If you enjoyed, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. It helps my channel. I'm just a budding YouTuber because for the first time. I'm just trying to grow my channel, So if you love it, give me a shout, give me a little subscribe, smash that subscribe button, and help me grow. And I'll see you all in the next video. Also, buy my book. Thank you. See ya.